Illegal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here, and I want to talk to y'all today about Kim Kardashian and her latest interview on Angie Martinez's new podcast, In Real Life, or IRL. Basically go over some of the things that she talked about, give my rebuttal or my support. I don't know. I've got to go through the facts. But let's go ahead and start going through it. Now, the first thing that caught my attention on social media was how there was a clip spreading about how she's been basically shielding her children from any negative or bashful commentary on Kanye West, basically saying that she doesn't want them to know anything bad about him and that they'll thank her later on in life because she doesn't go out of her way to bash their father to them or in front of them, which I do commend. I do understand. Coming from my own situation, I lived in a single parent house. I talked about this on the channel before, but I also did have my father in my life. But no matter what transpired between my mother and my father, whether they had disagreements, whether they tried to get back together in relationships and it didn't work out. I mean, he may have cheated, he may have done whatever, you know what I'm saying? But my mother never actually went out of her way or explicitly came to me and said anything negative about my father to me. Anything that I had to find out about him, I had to find that out on my own. I would see that through my own discovery. And she did that on purpose because she never wanted to sway my opinion of him. She never wanted to ruin my relationship or ruin my perspective of my father because I was with him all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was with him on weekends. I was with him on holidays. I was with him on summer break, you know, all of those types of things. So she didn't want me to have a negative perspective of this man, despite how she may have seen him. So I do kind of relate to what Kim is saying there. I also feel like there's a bit of narrative shifting that she's doing now that she's fully divorced from him. Of course, their divorce was finalized about a month ago, and she's getting out to do some press. She's been under fire for the whole Balenciaga thing, which I'm going to address in a few minutes. But I think that this podcast comes out in a timely fashion where going into 2023, she can continue to clean up her image. There's been reports of her possibly reducing some of the enhancements on her body, kind of curtailing the black girl image, quote unquote, that she's kind of imposed on herself, shedding back into being more of a white woman. She did the little honky tonk country girl shoot a couple months ago. That ain't never been her vibe. You do start to see that now that she's split from Kanye, you know, she dated Pete Davidson. She's going back to dating white men after being with all these black guys over the years. It definitely shows that she's making calculated moves to adjust her perception in the public. Only thing I would say about the interview that I've seen thus far with Angie Martinez as it pertains to Kanye, even during this interview, who's to say that her kids aren't gonna look this up? Who's to say that because it's their mom and they're not gonna go on YouTube and say, oh, there goes mommy with Angie, whoever that is, let's see mommy's interview. You click on it and she's like, I've never said anything bad about what's been going on, I've been shielding them, blah blah blah. And then they come to you and say, mommy, what was you talking about in this YouTube video about what you haven't been telling us? Kids are always curious. So that's one thing that I want to point out. I mean, I can't hold that against her too hard. She does have to share her truth to a certain degree, especially with the person that she's got children with. He has no qualms about sharing his narrative, sharing his perspective. So of course there is a point at which you got to speak out and defend yourself to a degree. Can't falter on that. But we all know with Kim Kardashian, as in all things, there is an ulterior motive for her going public with anything. Now, as it pertains to the Balenciaga situation, she was basically saying that people were berating her. They were mad at her for not denouncing Balenciaga in their advertisements depicting the children. They were making light of that situation, and a lot of people were putting pressure on her, like, why aren't you saying anything? Then about a week later, she came out and released a statement. It was a very light-handed statement. I feel like Kim has come out on other issues a lot more loud, a lot more forceful, a lot more authoritative when it comes to things that she doesn't like or doesn't support. Had people not put any pressure on her, she definitely would not have spoken up. I don't buy the fact that she says she hadn't seen the advertisement. She spends a lot of time on social media. She spends a lot of time chasing and reclaiming the trends on social media. So there's no way that she didn't see it within that time period. I just don't believe that. But of course, like I said, once the pressure began to get a little hot under the seat, she came out and was like, yeah, we can't support anything, dealing with children, blah, blah, blah. But you already know you're going to continue to do business with them. You already know that you're going to continue to honor your contract. You're going to continue to have lines with them. You're going to continue to model for them, all of the above. That is not going anywhere. Come next year, there's going to be more. Of course, this interview would not have been complete without some of them tears, some of them crocodilias. I definitely didn't have anything in the tank for her on that. And I'm not somebody who dislikes Kim Kardashian. I'm one of the people that I don't necessarily defend her, but when I look at the situation between her and Kanye, I do have a little bit of a soft eye on that, because I know Kanye West is not an easy person to deal with. Just based on everything that he's done throughout the course of his career, he's not the easiest person to get through in terms of talking logically or sensibly, because he feels like any limits that you place on me, I'm going to break them and shatter them, and I'm going to show you what I can do. And I think that that's permeated not only in his music career, his personal life, but also probably in their relationship, their marriage, and in dealing with his kids, which is why he's gone out so publicly and so vehemently at Kim Kardashian and their family. These are the same people that you had in your corner, that you wanted in your corner. Kris Jenner was the same person that you promoted to be your manager when you were still putting out music, but all of a sudden she's a terrible person. I don't think that flies with me personally, because if these people were indeed such terrible people, if these people were against you so badly, you shouldn't have signed up. Not at 35, 36 years old. I can't really give you a pass on signing up for that. So I do understand both sides of the coin where they may be at fault, and they're both playing to people's emotions through social media, through interviews, through media. You can't really take what either one of them says beyond face value, because there's so much hidden behind what they're talking about that you can never really know the full scope of anything they talking about. I'm just going to put it out there for y'all like that. At this point, I've said everything that I care to say about Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and that entire situation. I really don't care about their relationship. I hope that they can salvage some sort of amicable relationship, co-parenting for the sake of their children. But outside of that, I really don't have any emotion toward any of it. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Let me know if you support one or both of them at the same time. And be sure to like and share this video, man. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates. And I will see you guys in 2023 if I don't post anything else this week. All right. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.